Here's the truth no one's telling you about the stock market. I know everybody loves the idea of making money in stocks. Movies make it look like you just buy low, sell high, and retire early. But the brutal truth is, most people who enter the stock market end up losing money. Not because the system is rigged, but because they walk in with the wrong mindset, the wrong habits, and no strategy. In fact, the stock market has this quiet way of punishing impatience, overconfidence, and greed. Today, we're breaking down exactly why most people lose money in stocks and what separates the losers from the few who consistently win. But here's where the story gets interesting. If the stock market is so full of opportunities, why do most people walk away with nothing but scars? The truth is, the majority don't lose because the system is rigged. They lose because they walk into the arena unprepared, armed with excitement instead of strategy. Think about it. The first time someone buys a stock, it rarely comes from research. It comes from a tip. A friend whispers, "This stock is going to the moon." A stranger on Twitter posts a flashy chart. A YouTuber says, "Buy now, thank me later." And in that moment, excitement drowns out logic. The brain isn't asking, "What's this company's cash flow?" It's asking, "What if this is my golden ticket?" And so the trap is set. Because the market isn't a lottery machine. It's a mirror. It reflects back not just your trades, but your psychology. Here's the first psychological punch, the roller coaster of fear and greed. When the price rises, adrenaline takes over. The screen turns green, and suddenly you feel like a genius. This is it. I knew it all along. You start imagining profits before they even exist. Maybe you even tell your friends, puff your chest and say, "I'm in the market now." But then, just as quickly, reality snaps back. The same chart that made you feel invincible now makes you feel naked. The price dips, the gains vanish. And in that instant, greed flips into fear. You tell yourself, "I should have sold, I should have listened, I can't afford to lose more." And so you panic sell, locking in the very losses you feared. What just happened? You weren't trading stocks. You were trading emotions. This is why the market feels like a casino to most people. Because without discipline, every tick on that chart isn't just numbers. It's a mood swing. It's dopamine when it goes up, cortisol when it goes down. And over time, this emotional volatility drains people more than financial volatility ever could. Now, let's zoom in on the illusion of the short term. Everyone wants fast money. It's human nature. Nobody logs into their brokerage account thinking, "I can't wait to grow this slowly for 15 years. No. The voice in your head whispers, "If I double this money in a month, my life changes." That's why penny stocks, meme stocks, and next big thing startups look irresistible. They carry the promise of overnight transformation. But here's the painful truth. Wealth doesn't work that way. The short term is a mirage. What looks like a shortcut is often the longest detour. Because chasing instant returns isn't just risky, it rewires your brain to crave quick hits. It conditions you to expect dopamine at the speed of a TikTok scroll. And when that dopamine doesn't come, when trades go sideways, the frustration builds. You start making irrational decisions. You throw good money after bad. You double down thinking, "This next trade will fix the last one," but instead, the hole gets deeper. That's the gambler's cycle. Not investing, gambling. And the market punishes gamblers relentlessly. See, gamblers play for luck. Investors play for probability. Gamblers want jackpots. Investors want consistency. And that difference in mindset is everything. But here's where it gets even darker. Some people don't just gamble with money, they gamble with identity. Every loss feels like a personal failure. Every win feels like validation of their worth. And when your sense of self gets tied to a stock chart, the market doesn't just take your money, it takes your peace. And this is the tragedy of most retail investors. They step into the market looking for freedom, but walk out chained by stress. Not because the market hates them, but because they never learned its language. They tried to fight with instincts instead of strategy. So why do so many lose? Not because they're incapable, but because they never flip the perspective. Because the winners, the quiet, disciplined ones, they see the same charts, but they interpret them differently. They don't react to every bump on the road because they know the road is long. And in the next part, we'll break down exactly what separates those winners from the herd. Not a secret formula, not a magic stock pick, but a mindset shift so simple it feels invisible, and yet it's the very thing that builds fortunes while others burn out.